ball with the boys. Former ESPN anchor, now Fox 19 sports anchor Betsy Ross is in our studios. It's good to see you, Betsy.
Oh, it's nice to see you too. I didn't realize you guys ate so well.
Oh, I know.
You've got popcorn.
We're
You've
like
got
a bunch of
steak.
cavemen with that steak this morning. I know. Well, what's it like to be called a pioneer? To be known as a pioneer?
Well, it's a little daunting to begin with, but you know what? The women who are in this book truly are the pioneers. They came even before me, and it's really interesting to hear their stories. And it's not a biography of these women. I talked to almost 24 women.
They talked about how to be successful, right? Why they were successful.
It's more or less a conversation about what they had to overcome to do what they wanted to do in sports. And it really started out as a business book, but the more women I talked to, the more interesting it got about their stories. And I think we've seen over the last couple of weeks, you know, the issue about the locker room and the Jets. We haven't gotten past that. It's been 30 years.
Does that surprise you that we haven't got past it?
Absolutely, it surprises me. You know, you think that it's more or less the norm. I mean, on Friday nights, you know, tonight I'll be out interviewing high school kids in football. And you would think that these guys, for the most part, and they really have, they've grown up with women in these positions. So for a lot of these guys, it's no big deal. But, you know, sometimes it still is. So yeah, it is a little bit surprising.
Was there anything that the women you interviewed and talked to had in common?
One thing is, they never gave up.
Okay.
No matter what was put in front of them, they never gave up. Janet Guthrie, the first woman to drive in the Indianapolis 500, she got a ride. She was able to drive her first year. Her second year, she couldn't find a team that would hire her to drive, so she started her own team. You know, these women found a way to do it. And they all work hard. And if there's a recurring theme to their advice to other young women or young men. I mean, this isn't just a book about women, but, you know, work hard and don't give up. You know, show up. Showing up is 9/10 of the battle right
What
there.
about you? What were some hard things you had to overcome in becoming a woman sportscaster on the national level?
You know, I don't have these tales of woe that, you know, a lot of people, I have been very, very fortunate in that, you know, it never occurred to me that I couldn't do it. I had parents who, you know, basically said, you can do and be anything you want to. I had news directors from the time of my very first job in South Bend, Indiana. I had news directors who said, well, you know, go ahead and do sports if you want to. I really had that support, and you know what? You need that support to get to where you're going. So I was very fortunate.
That's great. Well, Betsy's going to be talking more about this tomorrow at the Books by the Banks event downtown at the Duke Energy Center, and it's in room 212. She speaks at 2 o'clock. There are a lot of great authors who are going to be there, great books this weekend. So I put a link to Books by the Banks at fox19.com, and I know we're going to be hearing more about your books in the coming weeks too. We're so proud that you're here with us, Betsy.
Thank you. I get a kick out of covering sports, and you know, I'm so grateful to have that opportunity to go out and cover high school and college, and boy, it's a lot of fun. And how about those Reds?
I know. Isn't it great?
Love it.
Finally.
I know. It took a while, didn't it?
Thanks, Betsy.